Long ago, in the heart of ancient Greece, there was a king. He had everything a man could dream of. A palace of marble, overflowing gold, loyal soldiers, and people who bowed to his command. Yet when the sun set and the celebrations ended, his heart whispered a truth he could not ignore. He was empty. The king thought, "Why do I have everything yet feel nothing? Why does power not bring peace? Why does gold not silence the ache within?" And so, restless and unsatisfied, he called upon the greatest teacher in Athens, a man feared by the powerful, loved by the seekers of truth, and respected by all. His name was Socrates. When Socrates arrived at the palace, he came not in royal robes, but in simple clothes. His walk was calm, his eyes steady, as if the world itself was his classroom. The king greeted him with pride. "Socrates, you are known as the wisest man in Athens. Tell me, why do I feel so empty, though I possess everything?" Socrates smiled gently, but did not answer at once. Instead, he asked, "Do you believe, my king, that owning much makes a man rich?" The king replied, "Of course. Look around you. These walls, these treasures, my crown. Is this not proof of richness?" Socrates walked slowly across the hall, his hand brushing against golden statues. Then he turned and said, "Gold can fill a room, but it cannot fill a soul. Power can command obedience, but it cannot command peace." The king frowned. "Then what fills the soul? What brings peace?" Socrates looked at the king with eyes that pierced deeper than any sword. "My king, answer me this. If a cup is cracked, will more wine satisfy it?" The king thought, "No, it will leak, no matter how much is poured in." Socrates nodded. "Exactly. And so it is with man. If the soul is cracked, no amount of gold, no throne, no kingdom can make it whole. You must repair the vessel within." The king felt a sting in his chest, as if truth had struck him harder than any enemy could. The next day, the king invited Socrates to walk through his gardens. As they walked among fountains and flowers, the king asked, "Then tell me, wise one, how does a man repair his soul?" Socrates bent down, picked up a seed from the ground, and held it up. "Do you see this seed? It is small. To most it is worthless. But when it is planted, cared for, and given time, it grows into a mighty tree." The king nodded. "Yes, but what has this to do with me?" Socrates smiled. "You, my king, have been planting seeds in the world, castles, armies, wealth. But you have forgotten to plant within yourself. The tree you have ignored is your own soul." The king's heart grew heavy. He whispered, "Then I am poor despite all my riches." Socrates placed a hand on his shoulder. "No, my king. You are not poor. You are simply unplanted. Begin today. Plant wisdom, humility, kindness, self-mastery. These are the seeds that fill the soul." That evening, the king sat alone in his chamber. For the first time in years, he removed his crown, placed it aside, and looked not at his treasures. But within and in the silence, he realized something. His kingdom was vast, but the greatest kingdom he had yet to rule was himself. And so he changed. He still wore the crown, but it no longer defined him. He still sat on the throne, but it no longer imprisoned him. He began to listen more, speak less. He gave away more gold than he kept. And in serving others, he found joy. His people whispered among themselves, "The king has changed. He smiles now not because of wealth, but because of wisdom." And the king would often repeat the words Socrates left him with. "A cracked soul can never be filled by the world, but a planted soul can grow into eternity." So, my friend listening to this story, maybe you too have been chasing things to fill the emptiness inside. Maybe you thought the next achievement, the next purchase, the next title would finally bring peace. But remember the lesson of the empty king. True richness is not measured in what you own. It is measured in what grows inside you. Because in the end, kingdoms fade, gold rusts, crowns fall. But the soul you plant with wisdom, kindness, and belief, that is the treasure that never dies. So I ask you, are you filling your life with things? Or are you planting seeds for the soul? If this story touched you, remember, this is just the beginning. There are many more lessons from history and life waiting for you. So subscribe now, and let us walk this journey of wisdom, strength, and transformation together.